We've all heard about the two Jewish workers at the Israeli embassy that were murdered and gunned down last night in Washington, D.C. Terrible story, terrible tragedy. Savannah, given kind of just zoom out a little bit, the left's willingness to engage in violence is unparalleled, in my opinion. Seeing that people are okay with this sort of stuff, and again, should be condemned across the board. But in this specific instance, but in so many other instances, you see libs or lefties or progressives be like, yeah, well, it takes violence and calls for violence, which is abhorrent. What are you seeing on the ground, Sav, when you're reporting in these really contentious areas, and how that's kind of manifesting with libs being so willing to use violence?
Well, for the last decade, we've saw again people that are part of the left wing party utilize violence again and again to get their way. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this horrific killing that happened last night, rest in peace to both victims involved, was Luigi Mangione, right? This execution style murder that we're starting to see on the streets of the United States of America is not okay. And it's why the American people elected Donald Trump into office, because we want law and order, because we are tired of a violent and vitriolic left wing that continues to, again, push their ideology in the worst way possible. So, if anything, this is a tactic we've seen time and time again. And I really do hope that we're able to clean up Washington, D.C., because this is our nation's capital. It is supposed
Yeah.
to be representative of the United States of America. And I hope overall, and at the end of the day, we can protect Americans and, protect people in this country.
Yeah, Jillian, we don't want to name that horrible, coward, murderous dude, but it seemed like he was affiliated with all of the different progressive things, the BLM stuff, the Wall Street stuff. That he just every single thing this guy appears to, at least right now, was a part of all of it. I guess how do we kind of help curb the, again, willingness to do violence? Is from the top down, really, because there's a lot of people that excuse it. Ilhan Omar refused to answer questions about it when being asked, and it's really a top down thing, and I don't want to see it in this country, and I don't think anybody does.
No one wants to see it in this country, but I could actually bring this back to our first argument. This is a really good reason that we should have Christianity and Bibles and the Ten Commandments back in schools. Let's start raising our children with the fear of God. Let's start raising our children to have morals and principles and understand the value of life instead of subscribing to this woke ideology and this woke religion where we hate life, where we hate people who oppose us, where we disagree with religious freedom, where we are killing people in the name of Middle Eastern issues that we do not even understand on the streets, and then we're shouting about it after because we're proud. These people have no moral ground, they have no moral code, which we used to instill in them with God and good parenting, and that's all been ripped away. um, Woke is raising our children, and it's really sad. I went to school here in DC. I went to school in Georgetown, and luckily the woke mob didn't bite me. I came out still conservative, but I mean, it hit home for me. I was a kid raised in this city. I'm in DC now, so it happened about a mile from where I was staying last night, and
Wow.
it's a little chilling, and it's very, very sad. I mean, it's just really sad. We should not have anyone being killed for their belief system. We really shouldn't, but we got to instill better values into our children starting when they're young.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a terrible story, and the culture is a it's not going in a good direction, and hopefully we can fix that